Hi, my name is Rekha Ayothi. I'm from Oracle eBusiness Suite Product Management team. I have been hearing queries about content parameter, and here I have a tutorial on defining content parameter for SQL query-based content in Web API. This tutorial is targeted for Web API developers who are expected to be familiar with eBusiness Suite concepts and Web API terminologies. For example, you should know what is an integrator, what do we mean by an interface, and a content in Web API, etc. For this tutorial, let us take a sample use case. Let us assume that the requirement is to download item details from eBusiness Suite to a spreadsheet for a particular item type and an organization. To achieve this, we will create a custom Web API integrator using Desktop Integration Framework, and it will be a reporting only type of integrator. And probably we'll use a SQL query based content as well. So let us begin with the first step, that is to prepare SQL query for the content. For this example, we will use Oracle Seeded Open Interface View EGO Item Sync. Apart from selecting few relevant fields, I have added conditions based on organization ID and item type in the where clause. So when we execute this query for different values of org ID and item type, we get desired results. Now let us imagine replacing the values in condition with bind variables. It will let us input values at runtime. Content parameters are similar to that. So in the SQL query, we will use two content parameter, org ID and item type. Ensure to prefix content parameter with $param dollar. That's how WebADI identifies that these are content parameters. Next, we want users to be able to input values to these content parameters while they are creating WebADI documents. So let's present two fields, one text field for organization ID and one list box for item type. Item type list box will have static list of values. Though we present user-friendly value in the list box, we will have to pass item type code to the SQL query. To achieve this, we will define and use a new FND lookup type. So let's create FND lookup type for this tutorial. Log into eBusiness Suite as operations user, navigate to functional administrator responsibility, click core services tab and create lookup. Enter a name and other values. Note that I'm creating the FND lookup in WebADI application. We will be using application ID and FND lookup type code later in parameter definition, so keep a note of them. Just for the sake of this tutorial, I have added these entries. Note that the values in meaning column will be displayed in list box, whereas the corresponding code will be passed on to the SQL query at runtime. Click apply. Let us now define content parameter. We have to define two content parameters. First, let's navigate to Desktop Integration Manager responsibility, click Define Parameter function. As per requirement, we will define two content parameters. So first, let's create a parameter list which will include these two content parameters. Give it a code and a name. Click the plus icon to add parameter and we will define a new parameter definition. This is a busy page and we will just focus on few key fields. For example, name should be exactly same as your content parameter referred in SQL query and it is case sensitive as well. Apart from that, you can define data type and default value for the parameter. I will set display size as 5. You can select UI component type for org ID parameter. I will select text field, define prompt and user tip. So based on these values, org ID field will be displayed for input to user in create document flow. Let's save it. Next, search and add this parameter definition. Ensure to save the definition. Next, we will add another content parameter for item type. Again, the name of the parameter is exactly same as what we have in the query. This time we will provide validation type and value. Select FND lookup as the validation type and provide validation value as the FND lookup code, which is prefixed by the application ID. And let's select the display type as list box, which is the default one, and we'll give it a prompt and save the definition. And we will attach this definition to the main content parameter list and save it. So we are saving the content parameter list as well, and then we will test to see how it would be displayed. We are all set. Let's go ahead and create custom integrator in desktop integration framework. Navigate to desktop integration manager responsibility and create integrator function. Create integrator wizard is displayed. Provide name and other values. Select reporting only checkbox and define security rules. In create content page, select content type as SQL query. Now copy and paste the SQL query we prepared earlier without the closing semicolon and click on test query. Click apply. And so you will notice that the fields in select clause come as content columns here. Now let us select the content parameter list that we defined just now and attach it, and we are done, so we can submit it. And the basic definition for integrator is defined. Now let us create a layout for this integrator. And all this fields will be placed in line. And let's just go with the basic ones. Now let's go ahead and preview this definition. So here is how the content parameters are displayed in the UI, and we can provide the organization ID. If you notice here, 204 organization ID is coming out as default. If user wants, they can enter and change that value, and they can select item type of the site. So we will test with different values and combinations that we tested earlier from the SQL developer and see if we are getting the similar results. So here we have for organization ID 204 and equipment item type. And similarly for organization ID 600 and equipment, we get this result. And if we change the item type as vehicle, we'll get different results. So we started off with use case to download item details of particular type in an organization. We achieved it by creating a reporting only type of WebEDI integrator. And in the process, we learned how to define and use content parameter in SQL query based content. Here I have few additional resources for your reference. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Feel free to reach out to me for any queries on the subject. Thank you for watching.